hot chocolate in hand. New ship released. No Man's Sky popping off, folks. It smells like Wednesday, bro. Let's go. What a fresh start, dude. God, blow your eardrums out. Wake up the person sitting next to you on the plane, bro. Let's go, guys. Hello, everybody. We got energy today. It's fun. It's a fun day. I'm sorry. There's a lot of stuff going on. It is more than I was expecting. Now, Sean Murray, as he does, he popped out on Twitter earlier this week, and he started dropping emotes, as he does. And everybody was like, okay, what's going to happen? What's going to go on? You guys going to drop an update? Can it be as impressive as the last one? Not quite, but it's a pretty good one. And we're going to go over it today, and then we're also going to play it. We're going to jump into No Man's Sky to finish off today's stream. But we're starting off today looking at the newest ship from Star Citizen. What do you know? Who would have guessed? Wow. I mean, they told us there's another ship coming out this week, so not a big surprise, but the mole has been repurposed into the Moth, and now it's used for salvage. So we'll be talking about that as well. We'll jump in game to check it out, and have ourselves a nice little gardeny old time. Toes. Flowers and seeds and dirt and pebbles and stuff, whatever you can find in a garden, it's gonna be here. Welcome in if it's your first time. Thanks for joining us. If it's your last time, sorry to see you go. Maybe we could convince you to stay. I hope you are drinking something yummy today. I've got my hot chocolate here. And I hope you're ready for a good time. How's everybody's week going? It's hump day. So I imagine there's been some developments in your week. Are we better or worse off than Monday? Tell me better. Worse off than Monday is not a good look, but I think we could change that. We could change that here today. Because we're good vibes, dude. Okay? We said we're good vibes. Agree with me. Thank you. I haven't gotten to say hi to everybody, though. All them dancing in Twitch. Nesville, Lurch Lord, and Vastin. Maverick, of course. Had it lined up, ready to go, dropping the toes. Fresh and early. And Avocado. Hey, dude, I wanted to play Star Rupture today, and I was going to. And then Hello Games dropped an update. Sometimes you don't expect it. So we're going to have to come back to Star Rupture another time. Too many space games. I'm not going to be one to complain. Beck City, Commander, Neca Claudius, good to see you, Frisch. And on YouTube, Falcon Wiccan Tower. Hell yeah, bro. Love to see you in the chat. How are you doing today? I'm glad that YouTube's got some energy. All right, there's a little Fola's up in here. Good to see you, dude. Immortal Fish and Marcus. Hello, guys. Hello, guys. I appreciate you guys on YouTube. Better because closer to Friday and, of course, new medium Salvager. See, that's why I'm thinking it must be a good day. It's at least closer to Friday. By nature, it's a good day because it's not Monday. You know what would have been better instead of a variant? Why not have replaceable parts for the mining heads? For the salvage heads, Rockstar. You're crazy. You're crazy, man. You know what's funny? That was the original plan. Yeah, that's kind of been swept under the rug. That's one of those things that doesn't really get talked about, but in reality, all of the attachment points that all of these ships have are called utility mounts, and utility mounts were supposed to be able to interchange utilities. Tractor beam, mining laser, salvage beam, whatever it is, you're supposed to be able to interchange them. I mean, they never said that word for word, but they used to advertise them as utility mounts, and the idea that you could change them was definitely implied at the very least. Okay. Hot chocolate session. All finished. Now we can get into stuff. But yeah. Utility mounts, they're supposed to be a thing. which I thought was going to be crazy. Because imagine mining off the back of a Nomad. Great entertainment while hauling and mining. What are you hauling? The intimidation will continue until morale improves, dude. You will be beaten into happiness, okay? I feel like that's like what Wicklow says. Hello, friend. I will beat the happiness and progression into you. Bring me hot dog. All right, let's talk about the mole. Oh, it's not the mole. Sorry. It's the Moth. I'm an idiot. So we've got a new ship today. It is a medium salvager, the ship everyone's been asking for. Except maybe not so much. It's nice. It's a medium salvager, and we're going to go through the details, of what it includes. But it is another variant, and I think people are starting to get a little variant fatigue. Either way, let's see what the Moth includes. This says it's designed and dedicated to operators looking to take their small time recovery work to the next level. Purpose built to bridge the gap between light salvage and full industrial undertakings, the Moth has the tools to earn its keep, the storage for a long job, and the ambition to take your team to elevated tier of performance. Not gonna lie, I don't really want to fly around in something called a Moth. Moths are one of the more annoying things in my brain. This is not far above flying in something called the Crusader Housefly. I'm not into it, but I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? Moths are attracted to bright, shiny things like burning corpses of spaceships. Strip it, store it, onboard capacity. To make the most of your enhanced salvage capabilities, you'll need somewhere to put all that scrap. The Moth's 224 SCU of internal and external storage gives you plenty of room and flexibility in how you store your score. Wow! That's just enough cargo to put in your Hermes and maybe leave a little space left over for, I don't know, a little extra? Some components, possibly? Or some weapons that you stripped off the ship? Man, this would pair quite nicely with that other brand new ship that they just released. You get why they called it the Moth? We got Lamp. We knew Moth was coming. Lamp loves Moth. That's fair. That's hard to say. Lamp loves Moth. Lamp loves Moth. Lamp loves Moth. Say that 3 times fast. How many of you just actually tried it? I appreciate you. Okay. The length of this thing is 45 meters long. That's, I think, about the same as the Mole. 25.75 meters wide and 15 meters tall. She's a chunky boy. But I hear the skins are quite nice. Let's see. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, I do like that one. But I have also heard that they might not change over. Now, I don't think they released a Q&A on this. Ooh, yeah. See, now that looks nice. That looks nice. You hear that? I said that looks nice. It's a mix of nice and good. It's about the best you can get. You gotta be nice. I like the designs of the paint. I've always been like partial to the Mole. I think it looks really good as an industrial ship, but it also really annoys me, especially when I have to be inside of it. I don't like the interior of the Mole, especially when you look at the raft. But there are 2 big things that I'm looking for here. Now, one was not the price, but we're seeing here that the ship itself costs $290 war bond, $315 with credit. War bond basically means all new cash. Credit is you can use anything from your account. So, a small comment on this. I think the store is crazy and buying expensive ships is unnecessary for most people. Don't do it. We can fund this game through sheer force of will and indoctrinating enough people to buy $45 packages that we don't have to. But if you wanted to, I think it's really nice that you can basically refund anything you ever get for store credit and use it for these kinds of things. So if you bought a ship, say 10 years ago, and you decide today you don't like it, you could refund it for store credit and get all the value back for what you bought it for, which is, I think it's a solid deal. It's something that they should continue to do as long as we're in development, right? And then you can put it towards the Mothy Boy here for $315 of store credit. To be quite honest, that's going to make you a lot of money and get you a lot of entertainment for years to come, because salvage is going to be one of the like core parts of this game. But you don't got to buy it with real credit, real money. New ship time. Let's go, dude. Yeah, we're going to jump in and hop it out, try it out in a couple minutes here. Why don't we check out the trailer though? I said, why don't we check out the trailer though? There we go. Don't use copyrighted music, please, CIG, please.
Salvage. It's work.
Yeah, it is.
Solid and honest. And built.
Oh god, sounds like somebody hopping in chat of a streamer. Are you streaming? I do salvage, Bo.
On instinct. It's believing that a simple bit of scrap could be a piece of something bigger.
All right, but we need more scrap.
We're born believers. In time spent searching, a crew worth standing by.
Hey, I love me some auto export. Okay, it's always nice to see that you don't have to. I mean, maybe somebody's in the back pressing a button, but I'm assuming this all auto exports, and it looks like in 8 SCU boxes instead of like 1 or 4.
Searching. A crew worth standing by. And a ship that always...
Wait a second. What's going on here? Why do they have different size? Dude, are they insinuating you can choose the size box?
A crew...
They're not, right? That wouldn't be a thing.
Crew worth standing by.
But they wouldn't just be cargo hauling big boxes, right?
And a ship that always earns its keep.
Okay, so they got an expanded cargo elevator in the back too. So you got some internal cargo storage. You got the salvage stuff in the back, so you could do some handheld salvaging.
They're built, I guess.
They do keep winning by building these ships that have multiple entry points and multiple like points of interaction. Because you could have, like they're showing here, you could have one person doing the salvaging and one person's taking stuff off the back. Somebody else could be lining up to get on the ramp in the rear. Ramp in the rear. So that is a win. It's a good use of the chassis. Reclaimer can do it. Yeah, dude. Reclaimer can do it, but come on. Come on. that's a big ship, dude. It's like the Carrot can do the same thing the Terrapin can. I'm not trying to scout in my Carrot. You want to grab stuff with those grabby hands? Maybe not choose just automatically goes to biggest size box. Maybe. Just the fact that it might put out different size boxes is interesting, though. The auto eject area can also have cargo attached to it. So are they insinuating that it is also used as a cargo hauler here? As well as a salvager? Kind of just multi-purpose?
Introducing the multi-operator targeted harvester. Argo. Building your future.
Man. Dude, I wonder if they just like have an LLM in their company that's built to come up with acronyms and names and words to put star in front of. Just a little chatbot that they're like, hey, we got some new tech coming out. It has to do with flowers. What do we call this? And the thing's like, 01 star petals, and they're like, okay, put it on the monthly report. Ship it. Let's jump in and check this ship out, I say. Well, actually, first, did we get all the information? I feel like we did not. So we got the 3-man salvage turrets, pilot-controlled salvage arms. So the pilot can do the fracturing, I believe that means, but not the actual scraping. So they've changed it from the mole, where the mole is like, we don't do much. Sorry, pilot. You just gotta fly. This one, at least, you're fracturing. Now, I'm not gonna lie, fracturing is not as applied a thing as mining, but I do think that's gonna change when they get Maelstrom in. What does the mole stand for? Multi-operator laser extractor. All right, so on this ship, we've also got the 2 size 2 pilot guns and 16 size 2 missiles. Oh my god, that's so funny. You got your salvager. We're doing. Did they release a Q&A? Ah, they did. I thought that was the launch post. Cool. Okay, now we get the real information. Check it out. I should have started here. As the first medium salvage ship, how do you envision players utilizing the Moth in their salvage career path? Much like other careers, the Moth provides a great mid-ground for those looking to increase their output, take on larger missions, or have more multi-crew experience. As the Moth stands for multi-operator targeted harvester, what is the ideal crew size? They say, like most ships in Star Citizen, the Moth can be operated solo. In this case, with some creative positioning and internal seat swapping. In some cases, players may even find this advantageous over making repeated trips with smaller vehicles due to the Moth's cargo capacity. It is very interesting that they are actually encouraging people to solo these ships and hot swap the seats. Not because that's wrong. I think that they should do that, but I don't think they used to do that. I don't think they used to say, hey, you can also use this solo. They used to really emphasize the multi-crew aspect of ships when it was meant to be multi-crew aspect. In some instances, players may even find this advantageous. Yeah, I read that. You can solo all these things, encouraging to spend money. Yeah, that is one way to look at it. I mean, these answers do make a difference in people's decision making, and I think they're playing a real dangerous game. You can't devalue the point of multi-crew ships. You should be able to solo everything, and they are right in that you can operate everything solo, and the fact that you can fly it to a place, get out of your seat, do something else to operate it. How many people find that fun? I don't know. And you got to make sure people understand that is what you mean when you say solo it, which they do, but it's still like, I hope they don't design ships around that idea, that needs to be a thing. I know a lot of people's problems with the mole was that you had to walk really far if you wanted to solo a mole. While I agree with you, that sucks. Instead of maybe changing the mole to make it more easy for a solo player, maybe they could just make a more solo-friendly, larger salvaging ship with some drawbacks. I don't know. You can even solo the reclaimers better than go back and forth in a small salvager. Right, and that's going to be all part of balance. They are going to be the ones that have to dial in the very unique details, the nuance, to make sure that kind of... You have to make the decision you have to make. But for now, at least, it's all big brushstrokes. They say it can be advantageous, not encouraged. You are sitting duck defense-wise, also as solo. To be honest, I think most salvaging locations, you're not going to really care about defense. I mean, you might be action salvaging in an active battlefield, but this game is about to be freaking huge, dude. And unless they crank up those NPC encounters, I just don't see people stumbling across salvagers all that often. Not that that's that important. They got to be careful about how they talk about these things. Can't go too much in one direction or another. What are the key advantages that set the Moth apart? As a medium salvager, they say there are 3 independent hull scraping turrets and pilot-controlled structural salvage arms. They allow the crew to tackle a variety of targets in parallel rather than sequentially. That is quite nice. That's just got to have a ship with tractor beams that can bring everything around into the area. Is that worth it? That would be 4 people total, right? What, an Argo MPU with a tractor beam on it that brings the wreckage back to this thing while this just sits there and chomps away all 3 of the people at once? You might actually be able to get a lot done compared to a reclaimer, which is just a lot of work to move around. They said this provides the benefit of multiple players working together without the need for several vehicles or the overheads associated with much larger reclaimer, right? Yeah, several vehicles thing is a point, but I would probably pair a cargo hauler with this ship, to be honest. What's the Moth total capacity? 224, they say. The rear cargo lift holds 32 SCU. And the external, okay, so the external cargo grid holders get 96. So yeah, they're cargo grid holders. So you could use this as a hauler. Rear cargo lift holds 32. Each autoloader has a buffer of 32, which gives you a theoretical capacity of 288. Wow, that lines up even more closely with the Hermes. That's pretty crazy. Hey, I'm sorry I missed a couple subs there, Commander KW. Thank you, by the way, for the Twitch baby sub. 9 months, dude. Ron Paul hands. Appreciate you, buddy. And Zero with the dance moves. 25 months subbed up on the channel. Thanks for supporting the Twitch stream, buddy. I really appreciate it. It keeps us going. You keep us getting there. Thank you. And Johnny Macaroni, thanks for the macaroni every month for the last 16 months of support on Twitch. Thanks, buddy. Thank you for the Twitch sub. You're the best. Next question, does the Moth have similar flight characteristics to the Mole, or does it handle differently? The Mole has nearly identical handling characteristics to the Moth. What Salvage head loadout? They've got just the cinch and abrade salvage heads. Okay, they do have their own tractor beam. No? Sorry, that's not tractor beam. Trawler and ready grip modules. The Moth is capable of salvaging ships the size of the Origin 600i or MISC Starfarer. So like large medium ships. It produces construction material pieces. No, I'd say that's more like medium ships. Large medium ships. It's like, what, 90? 100 meters long? Yeah, 91 meters long or so. It produces construction material pieces, the Moth being the first ship to create the pieces type of raw material. Okay, there we go. So, toes. This ship is not just a ship. It is a little bit of a move forward when it comes to salvaging. Now, the salvaging gameplay was updated a little bit last year in anticipation of all this stuff changing, and we did see that when they laid out how salvaging would work, they kind of showed us the lineup of ships, and there was a really clear gap here that they've now filled with the Moth, so that makes sense. But what it does is it has introduced a new form of salvage material. Pieces. So light salvage ships will make rubble. That's like the Fortune or the Salvation or the Vulture. High density, fastest refining time, lowest yield quality. Medium ships are going to make pieces. That's what they're introducing to us today. Medium density, medium processing time, medium refining yield. So this is like your middle of the park gameplay for salvaging. Heavily salvaging ships like the Reclaimer are going to put out Salvage CM. So CM is losing more and more relevance as they replace the names with Rubble, Pieces, and Salvage, which I'm sure we'll all remember very clearly. Low density, slowest refining time, highest yield quantity, you sweep these up. But all of these different types of salvage are supposed to call for different strategies with the different ships and the different modules they come with. So it'll be interesting to see what people do with this, but good to know that we're getting a gameplay advancements here too. Quantity or quality? Yield is low quantity. Or they're talking about quantity here. Okay, the roles that players can take. There are 3 manned salvage turrets for hull scraping at the front and both sides, all with excellent 180-degree coverage. That's not bad. But are they sealed? They need to seal them. That's the freaking mole. Should the answer always be quality? Well, I think the refining, the quality's not going to matter. It's all going to be the same quality. You refine it to get your quality level, to get it to the same level. I think what's probably going to end up happening long term is they do away with the construction material. And when you salvage a ship, you get the actual material from it. Iron, aluminum, hephaestonite, whatever it's made of. And then that's when they bring in quality. I think. I don't know if they're sealed. It looks like they're sealed if you zoom in here. Oh, that did not make the... didn't make it any bigger. But if you look at the window here, it does look like they've got an actual window in front of them. On the mole, you're not sealed. And that's been a problem. But this might also be something that they change with the mole. Because if we go back to the Star Citizen monthly report that we just got yesterweek, which is totally a term, one of the ships that they worked on, they did say... let's see. I believe somewhere in here. There's Colby, White Box, 5 minutes first downstream team adding blah blah blah. Team also updated chassis, bring it up to a higher standard. Yeah. So look at this. Check this out. This is like too coincidental. The first ship that was unannounced that they were working on in the UK had its final reviews, with the downstream teams adding their final touches ahead of its release. So this was basically going to be the next ship that came out, right? I think that's what we came to a conclusion of on our ship tracking ship sheet a couple days ago. The next sentence says the team also updated some of the chassis geometry it shares with another vehicle to bring it up to a higher standard. So like, that's gotta be the mole, right? Now chat's saying that the mole has not changed it yet. The mole hasn't any changes. God, I hope they change it. That's gonna be real disappointing if they don't. Because this is a grand time. You bring out a variant CIG, this is a grand time to make sure that the problems with the old one get fixed too. Please bless my mole owners. They confirm it in behind the ships that the mole's getting updates from the Moth. Cool. We'll check that out next then. Did I get through the whole thingy? Features weapons. How does the Moth fare in combat, they ask. Not designed for combat, its weaponry provided an initial defense against aggressors before making its exit. Then why isn't a turret on the top, dude? I really do not get this. I don't get this. Why are they doing this? They keep telling us that these industrial ships have weapons on them so that they can flee, but they're all forward-facing weapons. What are we supposed to do? They want us to, like, boom and zoom our enemies in an industrial ship or something? Like, shoot them and then switch into nav mode as we're flying past them and jump away? It's so weird. Flee backwards. What's wrong with me, dude? Yeah. Duh. Retro thrusters are there for a reason, Tomato. Is the Moth variant of the mole and would therefore be able to use the same paints. No, they say. The Moth is a standalone chassis, so the two do not share paints. Ay. Alright. The weapon thing is annoying, especially because I feel like it would be nice if we could just like take the weapons off and have extra power to put into other stuff, but there is still a little bit of that artificial ceiling. This though... Man, come on. I'm pretty sure a lot of the other ships that are variants share paints and skins. And sure, that might have been because they were making ships differently back then, but like, do your backers a favor and stick with it then. Like, I think make the extra steps to make sure that that can actually be a thing. It's a consistency thing, you know? releasing a ship 1-2 years ago that can do this and then releasing 2 more the next year that can't it fucking sucks. All right, let's look at the behind these ships. They also released a trailer, but we'll just check this one out because this is gonna have the juice. Dang, this video is getting long. This is gonna be a deep dive, huh? Everything about the Moth.
The Argo Moth is the long-awaited, much-requested medium salvager for Star Citizen.
Toe.
It's supposed to fill the gaps between our small single-siege salvage ships, such as the Vulture and the Salvation, and the massive Aegis Reclaimer.
Dude, this is like the difference between CNOU, which I guess they still don't have any other ships, right? They've got the Nomad and the Mustang, and then they've got the Pioneer. This is what their lineup looks like. It's just like
Salvation
the smallest ships,
and
then
Aegis
suddenly
Reclaimer.
just the biggest freaking thing in the whole universe.
Small salvage ships, they produce rubble. The large one, like the Reclaimer, they produce construction material salvage. And the medium ship, we create construction material pieces. The refining time for the rubble is the fastest. For the pieces, it's like in the medium part, whereas for the salvage, it's like the longest refining times it will take. For crafting, the difference between the 3 different construction material raw versions of it will be that basically retaining the quality of the material.
With the Moth, we wanted to take our
I hear new music. Gib, please.
medium operator-sized ships that we have already. We have them all. It's a great ship. And pivot that system over into salvage.
Sometimes you don't need to reinvent the wheel, and we thought that building
Oh, it does have that missile turret on the top, like Vassen said, so at least that can switch around and fire from the back. I still don't get why the weapons are going to face front, though. Put the weapons on top of the missile turrets. We really going to be shooting at different things?
Sometimes you don't need to reinvent the wheel, and we thought that building on top of the mole to make the Moth made perfect sense. The mole is successful as a mining ship, particularly multi-crew wise, due to the fact that it has all those turrets that can cover pretty much the entire...
Okay. Hear me out. This is a perfect reason for them to start doing large permanent deposits like they talked about in the ground, but in asteroids as well. That way you don't have to find asteroids that are super close like this. You can just go and have mining lasers pointed at different places on an asteroid, doing different things. That'd be fun.
360 degrees under the ship as well as around it. It's not completely full coverage, but it's pretty good. And the turrets have freedom of movement to really mine anywhere. And that really lends itself to salvage as well, which shares a lot of that sort of similar mechanics.
Maverick with the salt in chat, but yet it's still somehow a standalone ship, John. He put the name in there too. He said, John.
I think the Mole is a very successful ship in what it's built for. So getting the opportunity to revisit it with the lessons, very
I
successful.
mean, how different are they really, right? Thrusters in the same place, side panels same place, thrusters on the top. Even this little middle thing dips down the same way. Folds up into the front here the same way. Really, the only difference seems to be this center spot has the missile turret. And you got a couple of claws sticking out right here on the Moth. You got a couple claws. That's about it, right? I think that's the only real big difference. It's actually crazy. It's like it's just that part that's mainly different in the structure of the ship.
Ship in what it's built for. So getting the opportunity to revisit it with the lessons.
And yeah,
we've
I guess
learned
like the
and
cargo
put some
thing
new
on the
life
back.
into it with a slightly different role and slightly different purpose was really exciting.
And this allows us to iterate more easily on our current ships that are going out. But it also means that we can take some of those improvements and changes back to those original ships later down the line.
Later down the line.
We've tried to make changes where they were needed, but
The
not
belly's
make
a lot
changes for changes' sake. But the kind of like the standout thing, if I'm honest, is it's the arms.
What's your favorite aspect of the Moth?
Yeah, my favorite aspect is the new grinders.
The giant munching arms that it's got on the front, they look great.
They just feel kind of super chunky, super industrial, super dangerous.
They only laugh at Torsten when he says munching.
My favorite aspect of the ship is the grabby hands.
They look really cool and give it a nice quirk to the shape.
Probably the grabby hands.
Everybody says grabby hands. Why?
It is such a key
It's the only
part of the
difference.
ship's visuals. Because they're very big, very industrial. There's lots of weight behind them.
It does look kind of
Visuals.
like
they're very
there is something to the way it does look kind of like weird hands, like
Big, very industrial. There's lots of weight behind them. But at the same time, there's also really intricate little details.
See, this is your Moth metaphor right here. Bright, shining wreckage. This thing's being drawn
At
to
the
it.
same time, there's also really intricate little details.
I was trying to make them look a bit intimidating, like a bit dangerous, like you really would want your hands to be caught in anything. It was also very fun to work on the animations, to kind of figure out how in the different states the arms would kind of retract, the claws would open up, big hydraulic pistons kind of retracting and moving around.
Bro, I just realized when they start getting actual materials and salvaging Vandal ships could be super lucrative.
And yeah, of course, the crushers spinning.
Are you aware that nearly a decade ago we had another system called grabby hands that has nothing to do with this?
No, I was not aware. What was that?
Disco Lando remembers.
Man, can you? The devs don't even know about the legacy terms that have been used in this game before release. We're gonna have devs that didn't know that quantum was a thing.
It takes a crew of 4, so far fewer than you need for the Reclaimer, but it actually gives you some multiplayer gameplay as opposed to the Vulture. All 4 of those players will be able to take part in the Salvage gameplay loop. We have 3 manned turrets, each with a size 2 salvage head. And the pilot gets access to the main structural salvage crusher.
Yeah, that's
ship be
sealed.
operated solo?
Yeah, like all our ships, it can be operated solo. But if you operate a ship solo of a certain size, you get some downsides to it.
It would just be a lot of dancing around between the different seats. But at the same time, you're also going to be saving some time because you're going to be able to carry a lot more. So you're going to have less trips back and forth.
What kind of defensive capabilities does this thing got?
Very minimal defensive capability.
Yeah, it's a trade-off, dude. Telling people to use these ships solo is a choice. It's not wrong. I think it's just it can just end up taking over the suggestions, kind of like don't not suggest the starter ships just because these ones will offer more benefits.
So this is first and foremost an industrial ship. The pilot has 2 S2 slots available to them. The co-pilot gets access to a bespoke small missile rack with 16 S2 missiles.
The belly of the ship has changed quite a lot. We've now got this large split cargo grid.
Oh, see, okay, now that is definitely a lot different. That's cool looking, dude. The industrial aspects of these ships, as we've gotten more and more into the era of industry, I like to call it, the last like 2 years or so, they're starting to get more detailed with these parts of the ships, but they've also started to just like develop the technologies and the displays of said technologies better. So the industrial ships are starting to look a lot more detailed and interesting, like the combat ships went through a few years back.
That is in a vertical orientation.
And continue to go through.
So when the salvage material is rejected out, it blows straight onto this large cargo grid that kind of takes up the majority of the belly of the ship.
One of the improvements over the Mole chassis is the fact that the cargo grids are just normal cargo grids. Whilst the salvage output does automatically eject onto them and it does use standardized 8SU crates, there's nothing to stop you putting any other cargo compatible item on those cargo grids. Which allows you to
it can also be a hauler.
Perhaps do a bit of cargo. Maybe you find some salvage on the way that you want to do. It doesn't limit you to doing one or the other. You do have the ability to do both at the same time.
So what's the downside of cargo hauling with this ship? You're putting out a higher signature. But you could always turn off your utility items while you're not using them. You're not losing the signature.
The rear of the ship has a really nice cargo lift for two 16 SCU containers. So you can get a bit of hauling gameplay in there as well.
And just in front of that is the old personnel lift. Both take you up into the newly, sort of slightly reimagined cargo area. From there to the left and right, you've got the entrances to the side salvage turrets, and then a ladder that leads you up onto the main deck.
Ew, it's still that same gross interior design.
One of the things we realised as we were working on the ship was to be able to get out some of the components out of the ship, we needed to widen the doors and widen the ladder down to the lower floor. And this gives a nice route through the ship to be able to get those ship items out.
To the rear of the ship from there are the beds and the bathroom and a couple of suit lockers. And then forwards from habitation is into the processing room.
We basically took the pre-existed engineering room from the mall and converted to a processing room.
Feels very hot, very industrial, and a little claustrophobic. You have an engineering screen in the middle. Some of the components have been sort of reshuffled around to make space for a big refinery, which is on board.
More new
Forwards,
music.
Further still is the bridge, which has the pilot and co-pilot seats.
As we're kind of revisiting the cockpit, we've updated it a little bit, so we've brought in a few new interactions, kind of modernized the view a little bit.
Bro, is this actually Star Citizen music, you think? This is great. What is this? Please, give.
A little bit, so we've brought in a few new interactions, kind of modernized the view a little bit. Things like the dashboard improvements, the interactive panels that we placed around the ship, those sort of things will kind of be retrofitted back onto the mole as well.
Like the Asgard and the Hermes, the Moth is a new hull based on an existing chassis, and that means it doesn't share paints with the mole.
But we are making some really nice new paints for the Moth. So we're going to have a lot of two-tone paints coming in. So you'll see that we have decided to spice them up a bit.
So we're excited now that we have the full set of salvage ship sizes. We have you starting with the Salvation, moving to the Vulture and Fortune. Now we have the Moth, and then ultimately you end up with the Reclaimer.
It was very fun to work on, very nice to work on something industrial.
Just the little changes to the flow that we've had to make, opening up some areas just to allow a little bit of a smoother kind of gameplay experience has been really nice.
This is for the person who enjoys salvage gameplay but wants something bigger.
All right. It's interesting. I think it's definitely a ship the game needs. It's certainly a spot that people want. It is a variant which is an efficient use of their time, development resources. This is definitely going to help the fund game. Fund game. This is going to help fund the game quite well because it's good quality gameplay. It is a well-made ship. It's offering something new. And yay, you know, that's Star Citizen, people. Us, we like ships. But we're going to have to jump in and see really how well it works out. Now, January was a good month for funding. I wonder how they're going to do this month. We wonder. We'll see. Why don't we check out how this actually performs in game with a little group? Oh, hello, Remnant. Yeah, and then we'll jump into No Man's Sky. If we have the time, I might get too caught up with the salvaging today, to be honest. Just tried someone else's. The heads feel slow like the Vulture, unfortunately. It's not a variant, though. They should be cautious using refinery word getting you all excited. Did they say something about refinery on board? New ship is bugged. What? How is it bugged? They released it bugged? That's not good. No, it does not have its own refinery. They called the hopper the refinery. Oh yeah, that's sketchy. Anybody in here actually interested in medium salvage? Are you the kind of person who got into Star Citizen because you wanted to like get a little crew together and go salvaging stuff in something smaller than the Reclaimer? Or you kind of like either... Some people are like either a solo ship or a Reclaimer. Who is this aimed at? Who in chat is this actually interesting to? Vastin, yeah, I know you. I don't have to ask you. That goes without saying. Part of loving Star Citizen is complaining about it. Yeah, dude. Beck City, thank you for the sub, mate. I appreciate you. And the Slayer, back again you are. I hope you're still in here. I hope you're having a good time, man. Thanks so much for supporting the channel. Beck City, you, and Stellar Jake, you as well for 7 months. Thank you guys for making this possible. Twitch, you guys have absolutely... Whoa. You guys have made a lot possible over the last like 3-4 months. Thank you. It's interesting to you, fills your 3 to 4 player sweet spot. Why am I in... Oh yeah, we ended the game in New Babbage last time I was playing. You can cargo solo and salvage with friends. This is too good. Yeah, that is interesting now. If you didn't want to salvage, you could use the same ship to cargo haul. I'm gonna need to see what this does differently from the raft, because it sounds like they have about the same amount of cargo. Twitch chat, best chat. Bruh. Right on time with the hype train over there with Twitch. You guys are the absolute fucking coolest. Can we get something a little more interesting going on? It's a hype train, DJ. Thank you. This is boring New Babbage music. Let's go, dude. I'm still working on getting some programming going on. I want to get these lights to flash in the background during a hype train. I won't notice it, but it sounds like they're fun. Thank you very much. Oh, Grimbiote. Grimbiote, the symbiote, starting us off the hype train, popping into Toes gang, dude. Let's go. That's a Blackboard move. That's a Toes gang move. Much love, brother. Thanks for supporting the stream. Colt! Mr. Colt with the biddies. That's pancake biddies. Thank you, man. You like the fortune? A little salvage, a little cargo makes it up? Yeah, I guess anything that's a salvager can cargo haul, huh? The Moth got a grid only for 8 24 SU and 2 16s, so it can't do the 32s. Yeah. Flashing lights would set them off. Well, just this part's flashing. Just cover this part of the screen right here. Thank you very much. And I'll do my best to limit it to that. Mihai! Oh. Mihai is such a homie, dude. Holy shit. Mihai is literally out here running some of the best events for GII, supporting the stream. Being good stream chat fun. I like seeing Mihai's name in chat. Hey, Walking Bard. How you doing? All right, let me see if we've got anybody online that can join in. No, 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 wait! God dang it. Ah. Thank you very much. Let's me. We could probably do this better. Thank you very much. If I, Thank you very much. Alright, cool. We good. Alright, anybody who does want to join from GII, feel free to hop into the channel if you want to come check out the Moth with me. Did something happen on YouTube? I hear YouTube continuing to go off. Does that Clippy? Thank you very much. Clippy the Immortal Fish sent 5 memberships on YouTube, bro. Hell yeah. Thank you, brother. Thank you for the support. Thanks for keeping this stream and this channel going. The videos coming. The good times rolling. Let me get out of here so I don't get dragged along in this freaking train anymore. And then I'm going to write your beautiful, lovely name on the Toes Gang board. Bro, you got the YouTube side on the board. Hell yeah. Appreciate you, Immortal Fish, and Brigadier Bo gifting out a sub. Oh, that's my train. Thank you, Brig. Also, a great man, a wonderful man. Actually, Brig is a beautiful society member. He teaches our young brains to be better people. Well, I assume to be better people. I assume you put Star Citizen in your curriculum. Thank you for being a teacher, though, sir. It's not an easy job. Very important one, not an easy one. And thanks for being part of GII and supporting the stream, of course. I do appreciate the sub, but genuinely, thanks for being you. You're a good dude. Is that the Flip 7, and what do you think of it? My phone? This is the Motorola Razr. I freaking love it. This is the best phone I've ever owned. I am a very... Oh, it's dead. So, that's not great proof. I've always kind of been like a undercover Motorola lover. I got the Moto X when it came out back in 2013. Loved it. Wooden back, super nice. That was the best version of Android at the time. Freaking flip your wrist to open the camera kind of stuff. Great. Got the Moto G after that, because then I got into college and I was a cheap boy, and I went with the more affordable Motorola, but I stuck with it, and it was nice. Those are my first two. I didn't get the Razr originally. Stuck away from Motorola for a bit and went Nexus and then Pixel for a while. But man, I've been wanting a folding phone for a while, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little worried about it going into it. I thought maybe I'd get annoyed with it, maybe the novelty would wear off, maybe it was a gimmick. But no, it's genuinely been the best phone experience I've ever had. The freaking MVP of YouTube is back. The actual VIP of Toes Gang. Thank you very much. For those who don't know, Folo topped Toes Gang last year and was #1 in allowing us to continue with the stream. Thank you, my dude. I hope you're enjoying your week. The folding screen scares you for longevity. Me too, you know. Like I am worried about whether this phone will last a long time. So far, I haven't noticed any problems with that. Thank you very much. I just went backwards. Perhaps solo Moth time. Really? Nobody? Not a single GII soul? I don't know. I gotta do some more active recruiting for GII in this time zone. Thank you very much. We don't have too many people who are active from Europe anymore. Ugh. Thank you very much. Another launcher update? Well, why? Thank you very much. You still have a special edition Moto Razor? My mom had a Moto Razor. It was pretty cool, but I was more of like the swivel one back then. The little phones that like would twist and swivel kinda. Grim, you can join in a couple minutes. Just hop in the voice channel, man. No problem if you're busy at work, I understand. I think most of our people are busy at work right now. It's our Achilles heel, work. Careers and stuff.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
You keep a phone for a year? God damn. I used to do that. Back when like you could get a good smartphone for like $400, I would switch Nexus 1 year, the Moto G the next year, maybe the new LG G whatever came out, and HTC was still making phones. Hop on the HTC freaking, what is it called? M8, I think. I used to be a huge phone nerd, man. I actually, when I was younger, never once dreamed of doing YouTube for a living, but I did think that, or never thought of doing streaming for a living. But I definitely did think that maybe I could do YouTube covering tech, like phone reviews and stuff. Huge MKBHD's fan, so that obviously added to that. Flossie Carter, for those of you who also are in the phone game, probably know him. Those are big inspirations, but never got into that. Just kept hawking them to my friends. Known as that guy that won't stop talking about phones. 7:30 p.m. in Central Europe time. Yeah, this is where we started. We started the Space Tomato Gaming while we were in Turkey, so that's why this has always been our stream time. All right, tractor beam, a gun. I really don't need too much right now. We're just going to test a ship. How do we get MKBHD to play SC? We just introduce him to the flagship. Dude, I bet we could get that guy to play Star Citizen. I bet we could figure out how. We gotta get a D-brand skin in game for one of these ships so that he comes in to advertise it or something. All right, we're going full screen for this. You guys ready? We're going gameplay for this one. But I genuinely need better music than this. Flossie the goat. Hell yeah. I see you in chat. There you are. Alrighty. Wait, hold on. Give me my close-up. Get in there. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Gotta take my helmet off. Gotta see you guys. Hello! There's a new ship behind me. The Moth. As you can see up there, it says Moth. Moth Boy. This is the new version of the Mole, but not the Mole because they don't share skins. But this is a salvaging version of basically the same chassis. So today I'm gonna take this out with a lovely little helper. We are going to do some salvage, and I'm gonna show you just how functional this thing is with a smaller crew, and maybe with a little bit of just a solo situation. First up, the tour. I'm going to actually need to send our friend a party invite just in case, so he can make his way here, and then we'll jump in voice chat with him. Let's hop on board this ship though and see if anything's different from the Mole, because I'm pretty sure it's not. I think it's really just these claws up here. These are the actual salvaging claws. I feel like they updated these cabins. These do look a little nicer. I know on the Mole they're opened. But on this one, you can see there's a clear glass front. So maybe they fix that on the mole too whenever they get around to fixing the mole. Can you put your helmet back on, sir? He hasn't been listening very well lately. But there's not really too much of a difference besides this central sort of cargo chassis. This is where the salvaging boxes get spit out in 8 SCU boxes, but you can also just put boxes here and use the ship as a cargo hauler. In addition, you've got one more cargo elevator back here, I think giving you a total of 288 SCU of storage completely. And then you also, I think, have 32 SCU buffers within the ship or something like that. So you can get well over 300 SCU of salvaged materials in this ship. This thing salvages a different type of material though. So when it comes to construction materials, when you fracture a ship and bring it in, you're not getting, I believe it's called either salvage or rubble, which is what you would get from the reclaimer or the salvation respectively. You're getting pieces from this medium-sized salvage stuff. So that'll become relevant someday. For now, this looks basically the same on the interior. This is the mole interior. Everything is the same. You don't even have to talk about this side. You could have made this a modular ship. Reminds me of the Hermes. Once you get up above this part, okay, this is a little bit different. Slightly. Still a hallway with machinery. Component storage, I assume. Yep, plenty of it. This is your salvaging thing. And here's our cockpit. I mean, this is basically the same as the mole. Let's head down to the laser compartments and see if those are any different. I'm gonna go to the side ones because those are the ones that are problematic. Oh, it's clearly blocked off now before you sit down and get in. Whee. Whee. All right. No power makes sense.
Systems activated. Systems on.
We won't be able to tell if this is actually sealed until we can go out into somewhere with no atmosphere. But I'm pretty sure it is. Like we've seen the glass. In terms of lights, I don't see. Just go straight through the floor here. Doesn't look like I can activate any sort of a headlight on this thing. I don't have lamp or anything like that. Feels pretty similar to the mole though. And then here is the personnel elevator. All right, give me 1 second. Mihai, did you want to join the party? Let's see. Oh, you got to swap, okay. It looks like my stream deck is not working. That's wonderful. Oh. Now you guys can hear me.
Hello.
Hello. Can you guys hear me? Hello, hello.
Hello.
There we go. Hey.
Hey.
You guys want to do some salvaging?
Sure.
Make my way to Microtech. I just need to jump on your server then.
Yes, think I need a friend request from Alistair. You should be on here. I don't see you. Alistair and Grim. I'll need a friend request from you guys.
Shoot, I'm going to menus. No.
Where is everybody at? I could probably meet you.
I'm all the way at Levski, so I'll have to meet you guys.
I'm at Orson.
Okay.
Just about to arrive on New Babbage.
All right, I will head. Oh, you're at New Babbage proper?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to just head up to Port Tressler and we'll all meet there?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, you should check out the alarm on it. It's pretty intense.
Ah! My eyes! God.
I just sent you a friend request.
Got it.
Same.
Bye, and thank you for visiting New Babbage.
Jeez, those things popped out fast. Alright, we're slowly climbing out of the atmosphere here. Mole didn't get any update, but it sounds like they are working on one.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Alright, we'll dock here and wait for the rest of the crew. Give me some time to trade out some equipment if we need to. Maybe there's salvage around here. You can just scrape up something real quick. And let me have your ship.
Just landed tomato on jumping servers.
All right. Sounds good. You're on Port Tressler?
Yeah.
See you in a minute.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay. This guy's so pleasant. I appreciate that. Must have a really boring job, but just every time you talk to him, he's like, hey! Just come on over and land here. Just stopping off real quick. We're gonna pick up the whole crew here.
Landing complete.
Make sure we have enough fuel. Nonsense, we're salvagers. We'll just steal somebody else's fuel. It would be cool if they have an event this year that includes salvage gameplay. Like help build on Nick's one kind of thing. Isn't it kind of crazy that both Star Citizen and No Man's Sky put out a salvaging event on the, or put out like a salvaging focused update on the same day? Dude, we're eating so well as space game nerds these days. It's quite nice. And like there's some really good games on the horizon too. The fact that I was planning on playing one space game today
X capacity.
and then had to join another one is crazy. All right, we'll just jump shards. You go ahead and join one and I'll join on you. Starting to feel kind of spoiled. And then Falling Frontier comes out. And then we know that Hard Space Shipbreaker is going through something big right now. And then Osiris Reborn is probably coming out next year, along with Exodus. There's a new Star Wars game in the making. Squadron 42 might actually come out. And you know, like the space game hype is starting to catch on. You know that there are going to be some other studios that are working on space games right now. Oh man, your shard's almost full as well. Join on Mihai when you can.
Yeah, we'll do. I'll get to Stanton and then Bedlog.
Falling Frontier is going to be sick. You just got the Moth. What's my thoughts on it? I haven't gotten to Salvage with it yet. We're about to go run it. I'll let you know what I think. You want to play a space noir game after listening to Expanse Book 1? You know, Prey 2 looked like it was going to be that. Ended up not working out, though. Hard Space is a pretty cool game. I haven't played that one in a while. I've played Space Engineers a little bit, but I was waiting to see more narrative content pop in there. Thank you very much. Hey, for Space Engineers 2. Hey, let's go, Legendary Slowpoke, my dude. Dropping subs on the Twitch chat. That's Toes Gang Energy. Toes. As a great man once said, one man's sub is another man's toe. Somebody said that, I'm sure. Thank you, Legendary Slowpoke, for supporting the stream, dude. When we'll be seeing Genesis 5 with the more detailed environments? I think this summer. Yeah, Osiris Reborn is the Expanse game. You think the market is sick of space game? The hype was past 5 years and past. Sick of space games, man. Can you name a single space game that's gotten Game of the Year in the last 15 years? Yeah, it's really bright. It hurts.
It's aggressive.
Yeah,
dude, we don't even get space games. Space games are like such an afterthought. Fantasy games are basically 70% of the RPG, MMO, action-adventure genre. I think if anything, people want more space games. Where we got the James Webb Space Telescope is out there doing things that we've never seen before. Privatized space explorations going on. Movies around space, TV shows around space travel, all are getting more popular over the last few years. No Man's Sky has proven that it's got mainstream appeal. I think Starfield proved that people want an RPG, just haven't been able to produce it yet. But like, I don't think there's really been that much major space game. attention.
Vehicle select. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following
Nick's Nick's one is not 4.7. Well, they haven't said it is. I don't think it will be. It's hard to make a AAA space game. That ain't wrong. James Pruitt, Monsignor! Good to see you in the chat, my dude. Welcome in. How you doing today? Starfield does not count as a space game. Look, man, if you can get regular people to fly in a spaceship, it's something. It's a start. I'll take it. When I say space game, I'm using it loosely, guys. I'm using the term space game as things that get people interested in space. Halo could be a space game. I wouldn't really call it a space game in this context, but there's a lot of space in it, you know? A game that draws people more into the genre, that gets people more interested into this kind of sci-fi is what I mean when I say space game. I don't exactly mean something that like depends on the mechanics of space to work.
Your vehicle, please visit us again. Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval.
Can I just have the ship, please?
Please visit us again.
They say it's on the pad. All right, in my hangar at Port Tressor, you'll find a lovely Moth waiting for you. If you're not there right now,
I'm in your server.
Okay. We'll take off here in a few minutes and then meet you at an Lagrange point.
I'll meet up with you guys on site somewhere.
Okay. Nice armor, Mihai.
Thank you. I wanted to make sure I mentioned.
Oh, did you get the bundle?
Mm-hmm.
Got the little heart thing. Somebody told me that this heart makes us Fortnite. Are you ready, dude?
Oh yeah.
We're gonna start having concerts and stuff now.
We got Alistair to help us manage our concerts.
I never understand, man. These buttons to get into the ship are like 10 feet off the ground. Could you imagine?
Yeah, I kept coming from the wrong side, like just waiting here, like, oh no, we can't get up.
You gotta like do a sprinting, running jump just to open the door to your ship.
We all carry a really long stick in our backpacks, okay?
Yeah, just like one of those little grabby claws.
I mean, the Moth has grabby hands on the front, so now we need a little grabby stick for the bottom.
Halo is a dating sim. Okay, I could see it.
Yeah, the H in Moth is for hands or for hugs.
I love a gentlemanly elite. Blarg. Oh.
Systems activating. Systems on.
KSP being such a deep sim makes people want more space in other games. Yeah. Dude, it's freaking cool to set something in orbit around something else. I feel like a magician. Open the door.
Which Lagrange point you guys think you're headed to?
We will hit up, let's see, I think we're at Microtech, so we'll hit up let's hit Mike L2.
Copy, I'll jump to you guys.
Just to start out. I found a lot of, wait, where did I find all those panels? I was out. Was that Nyx? I think that might have been the Nyx asteroid belt, actually. I was somewhere and I found like so many panels floating around in a clump, and I do not remember where that was.
Systems activating. Systems on.
Why can't I why is the ship not responding to me?
Maybe because of somebody who was in co-pilot seat.
Ah! Okay, there we go. Weird.
So it doesn't give the pilot the controls if there's somebody in the co-pilot seat.
Really? Yeah. So, co-pilot controls?
Isn't that only if the co-pilot gets in first? Like, the pilot has to get in first or something.
That's great. You don't care what anybody says. You've been waiting for a game like SC since the early 90s when you fell in love with the Wing Commander series. Hell yeah, dude. Same here. I've been waiting for this since I was a kid, and I didn't know. I didn't have anything to base this off of. I just wanted a game that would like create a rule set that I could act on, that would have its own consequences and choices I could make. I wanted there to be light elements of story, so I could get involved in some cool narratives. I wanted there to be space, so I could fly around. I wanted there to be planets, so I could explore. It just didn't seem like anybody was ever going to do that. It's really nice that it's happening. Is it happening the way that I wish it did? No. Do I think it could be happening better? Yes. Do I wish it had happened any other way? If this ends up being a success, and I can't say yes, because the fact that we've gotten this far is kind of crazy on its own. You can go to the Aaron Halo belt, band 5. It's loaded with panels. All right, we'll check that out if this doesn't work out. People from SC use immersion way too much. I don't think they understand what that is. You mean from SC, like people who work on the game, or people who like the game? You wonder if I've heard of Casper Van Dien? Yeah, that he was playing Starship Troopers. I saw Detox was able to raid into him yesterday. That's pretty cool. To be honest, Starship Troopers was a little before me. Like, I was able to get into it, but it was years after it came out, so I didn't get that into it. But I do know the characters, and that's pretty freaking sick that you can find some of our childhood heroes, or some of, I guess, the people in chat's childhood heroes, because I'm a little too young for that, playing the same game that we are into. Okay. Alright, so our first order of... Well, first things first, let's find some salvage. It does not seem like this is much. We're not really in an asteroid location, though. Ooh, but Grim is out here. Grim, you want to EVA over to us so we could just fly together from here?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to come to a stop here, a couple kilometers away from you.
Who needs panels when you can salvage that ship? That just...
Yeah, just salvage this.
Take it apart. Are you coming over here? Monsignor Grimm?
The shield should be off.
Yeah, it's just the angle right now is... It's a bit higher.
Man, these things sound grindy, huh?
If you switch to the disintegration, you have the little wheels on the side.
Yeah. It says power on. That's why.
Yeah, shield's off to scrape, but you need to have the power off to be able to.
What? Really?
Let me go turn the power.
You have to have the power off to disintegrate. So in order to salvage, you really got to get inside access to the ship.
Yeah.
Well, they need to give us breaching charges. What are we doing here?
BR2 shotgun works pretty well.
Yeah, the Moth does come with lamp. You imagine they introduce a Moth without lamp? It's a Moth. Freja! What is up, Blood Axe? How you doing? Yeah, the scrapers are bugged. Yeah, lamp is only in the cockpit. No, I was making a joke about introducing the Moth without lamp because it's a Moth and Moths are attracted to lamps. It still says power on. It still says the power is on in the Hermes.
It's off.
Yeah, I wonder if it's something else.
I definitely powered off the other Moth that's to your port side.
Interesting. Move up a bit. So you guys can actually see and scrape the ship.
That Moth is starboard.
It's weird that the scraping UI doesn't come up right away.
Oh, you need to switch modes to, yeah, to be in scraping mode.
Okay, so technically we could be salvaging both these ships at once, right? So I'll move into a position where you guys can do that. So, we're seeing a nice application of the fact that you can scrape multiple ships at the same time. And this will be really useful when you have somebody who can move this stuff into proximity, at least. It's not too different from the Reclaimer, but you've got more mobility in something this size, which is nice. Alan, my man.
We'll say scraping speed feels fairly low.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're glitched right now.
Transmission bug that they're aware of. I thought it was a balancing thing, but apparently it's a bug.
From the cockpit, you can't. I can't see what's going on because of these arms.
So it's the same as the mole, where the pilot can't really see what the turret guys are doing at all.
Yeah.
You want to take one of the arms?
Not yet. Not yet. I'm gonna keep moving the ship around a little bit. Oh. I'm actually going to take off some components from the ship just for the nice showcase of it. Can't eject anything smaller than 8 SCU boxes. Not really much of a problem, though. I mean, are you going to be bringing any ships that are smaller than that 8 SCU box to fill this thing out? You could, but you're going to have to make a bunch of trips.
Yeah, I could see people who are doing like early level starter. Like, you wouldn't want to take this like an early level salvage mission because they only give you like 1 SCU.
Yeah.
Then you need to turn it in so you can't actually print a box.
The only time that'll be unfortunate is if you scrape and munch, because you could end up with 7.99 SCU of something and not be able to print it.
Mm-hmm. Alan, dude. Hey, happy hump day, my man. Thank you so much for the super chat, by the way, in YouTube. Sorry, I missed you. Using those joysticks you've been talking about? Not yet. Not yet. I want to... God. I want to, I still got to get my whole situation with the desk figured out before we can do that. I mean, I think that it'll work with the desk. But I've got another hardware video I'm working on first, and then I've got to try and figure that situation out. That's going to take me quite, I think, a bit of time. Right now, we are currently working on upgrading the desk, though, so we can avoid that. Upgrading the desk and upgrading our streaming PC. If anybody does want to help with that, exclamation point goal will make more details pop up. Exclamation point tip will allow you to put any support towards that effort. Gotta go unlock the ports. I hate that. I really hate that. What is the keybind? Alt plus... Alt... Right alt plus what? How do you unlock item ports? Oh, sorry. Can you say again?
Right alt K.
Oh, I thought that was... I thought that was the VTOL.
A by itself is VTOL.
Oh.
Or at least for my keyword.
Yeah, the baseline is like that. Then left Alt K is usually like deploying wings and stuff for ships that have it. And right Alt K is unlocking ports.
Oh, there's no lamps on the turrets.
Nah. Whoa.
It's all military grade A components on the Hermes, so.
Oh, do you want to lose these?
I'll just reclaim it later.
Well,
they'll show back up.
If I take these off, do you still get them back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Don't salvage me, buddy.
Is it actually doing something to you?
I don't know.
Because you were puffing little clouds in space.
Yeah,
You're
puffing
puffing all clouds of blue smoke.
Yeah, a ship nearby.
To the station.
Where did the other shield? Dude, it must have floated off somewhere. That's kind of funny.
It might just be that you're not close enough for it to render.
Whatever it is, it's gone. I'm going to move the ship over so you guys can both do the Hermes. All three do the Hermes at the same time. We'll see how fast you can do it. We're in 4.6 right now. Lasers might be broken, but it's still interesting to see what this thing can do compared to a vulture. If you got 3 people. All right, shifting the ship.
I'm just happy because the side turrets on the Moth are actually enclosed, which means the Mole will hopefully get that upgrade also.
Yeah.
It should.
I think they said so. The shots you're taking right now look pretty nice.
Laser beam everything.
It's just so Star Citizen that we take out the previous newest ship and sacrifice it for the newest ship.
In terms of positioning, like, I think it's better if you put whatever target is up front.
Okay. Better if it's not below.
Yeah, not below and not above. Like the center of your screen should probably be pointing to the top edge of it.
Just like this?
Like that should be fine, yeah.
Yeah, like side turrets, to give you an idea, I can get the full hull from there. I can't get the top engine from there.
Same, yeah.
A little higher?
Yeah, that should be
How's
fine.
that?
Yep.
So just like if
That's
you're
good.
mining on planet, basically. It's the
Yeah,
same
it's like
sort of-
it seems really similar turret arcs to the Mole.
Yeah. Mrs. Tomato has arrived, everyone. Good job. Hmm? Nobody wants... No, nobody wants that.
No PKs in chat?
No, PKP's not in chat. No shooting today. The Reclaimer will have salvage drones with smaller salvagers on them for this kind of thing. Yikes, but imagine getting a Reclaimer out just for this. One year since they said the Prospector would be updated to match the Fortune. Is the Prospector still not updated, bro? Bro. It was released like 3 weeks ago, but I think there's a teaser for Armor Pockets on Instagram. Look up Star Citizen Instagram. It's all about the details. I actually was gonna make a video about their the feature they showed off, the modular carrying pouches, a couple years ago, and how that might be updated along with the inventory. Did they say, is that what you're talking about, Sammy?
I don't think I've done salvage since the Reclaimer came.
Tomatoes in the chat, folks. Aubrey Almayer, thank you for the follow.
A long time ago.
And I'm sure in part it's a balancing thing. But right now, I'm not gonna lie, having to
How do you
hold
extend the
your
arms?
salvage
By
beam in
switching
one
modes.
spot for this long and
Just
get
switch
this
your
straight
operator
is
mode.
A little painful.
Oh, I'm not doing that. I'm just letting it like drift a bit.
My tomato. My tomato, my toes.
Or the larger circle module makes more sense.
Yeah, I wonder if this is one of those ships where you do a braid trawler.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Why do my arrow keys move my ship, bro? God dang it. Stand by. I have to move the ship real quick. Sorry.
Did you break keybinds again?
I don't know what the heck. Like, why are my arrow keys moving my ship? That's so weird.
Oh yeah, the camera.
You don't know what the armor is, but the focus of the image is on the armor pocket. Interesting. Have I expressed my thought about this ship and how it fits into the game? Not quite. Still kind of feeling it out. I do want to jump into one of these lasers in a little bit here. Oops. What do you call a salvage ship operated by pirates? Moth Isley. You got him. You got him with that one. All right. I want to fracture this thing.
Do it.
Here we go.
If you're a rebellious salvager, are you one Mothma?
All right, I'm not gonna lie. The little hands at the front look hilarious when you go third person. Looks like a little kid reaching out for a cookie.
Oh wait, can you like move both lasers to the sides?
No, they do everything themselves.
Oh, like that's great. These are a great shot with the arms up front and the lasers on the sides. Looks like a bug.
It's like dubstep, dude. We're dubstepping the Hermes. Do it! Broken.
Ah, fresh hull to salvage.
Did it fracture?
Yes. One of the engines is below you on the port side now.
Ah, okay, perfect. We got one piece off.
Yeah.
You know, it's an older ship. That's why it doesn't have all this fracturing stuff in yet.
Yeah, they didn't have time to update the model on this, of course. Hold on, let me grab that piece real quick.
Yeah, before it floats away.
Come here, buddy.
Oh, the inner bits like spin when you're going to chew it out.
Yeah.
Like grinder wheel.
So can you print boxes from the bridge?
I don't think so. No, I think you got to go to the back. Does it not auto extrude?
Auto eject by default. But... Oh no, wait, it doesn't.
No, I'm going. I just hopped out of the turret. Let me see what's back here.
I was already there. But...
If you want to come up here, I'll take over on the laser down there. Can imagine someone playing some dubstep music while doing some salvage in the Moth spacecraft. I mean, if you're not listening to dubstep, is it really salvaging? Yeah, with salvaging it is nice. You don't have to worry about people overcharging the rocks and exploding, but I think like they could definitely work that into the salvage game loop. Salvage charges to blow open things. You have to cut open pressurized ships to vent them first. All that kind of stuff could be interesting.
Oh, here's the panel to print. That's a weird spot to put it.
Yeah, in the middle.
Yeah.
It's where the mining stuff is on the mole.
There's one already printed.
Decent range here. The front section for sure you can see. I don't feel like it's 180 degrees, but okay.
Mihai, what is that armor?
The matching with the ship?
That looks like a Fortnite skin.
Hey, he said it! He said it! He said the thing! He said it! Drink!
I mean, at least it's giving me markers on you as to where to shoot.
No heart.
Can't shoot the medic. The medical armor.
Yeah, these are really slow right now.
And like I get for balancing, if like one of them is slower than, say, the vulture. But the fact it's slower than a Salvation is a little painful.
Yeah.
Somebody was mentioning it looks like they might have given it size 2 heads, but size 1 beams.
Well, it's definitely bugged. It's definitely bugged right now, so it'll just work up, I guess, relative to whatever else in the game is equivalent right now. Fact is, if this thing is as fast as a Reclaimer, then people have a reason to take this out when they don't want to deal with that much capacity or that much overhead cost.
Well, the Reclaimer's size 3 heads, right? And this is supposed to be size 2, so it's going to be slower than the Reclaimer.
Yeah, that's fair.
But you've got 3 scrapers instead of 2.
So 3 scrapers and the person in the pilot seat can do the fracturing. Once they make fracturing more interesting gameplay, it should be good gameplay for everyone involved.
I think that's a lot better than on the Reclaimer, where like your claw operator does nothing until you break, and then your pilot does nothing the entire time.
You also don't need to have anybody doing cargo in the meantime on this, so you don't need extra crew for that.
But downside is how much cargo can you hold on a Reclaimer versus this?
Well, that extra person that would have been on board the Reclaimer can be running a cargo ship back and forth now.
Valid, yeah.
And these 8SU boxes are easier to fit on more cargo ships.
Yeah, that's nice to get
Easier to get
8SU
out.
by default.
We'll say we should see what the scraping speed looks like on not a player ship, because isn't it way toned back on player ships?
No, it's I used this also on the starter salvage missions before. It was the same speed. No difference.
I'm gonna check out the boxes coming out. Does it print any other sizes? I don't think so, but you can add other box sizes to it. Sort of cargo hauler.
You can snap to its grid, but it only prints 8SUs.
Aside from the interior being not my favorite, I do like the ship just for the sake of it being a small multi-crew ship that seems like everybody gets something interesting to do. And then when you're not doing that, you still have component salvage and a whole cargo bay back here to take stuff off of ships. You have the boxes outside, so somebody needs to be doing some cargo balancing as well. Like, this is a pretty gameplay heavy ship.
Where did the
Whereas I
other
probably-
box get printed before?
I've probably spent more time in a mole in this game than any other ship, so some of the improvements they made to the interior on this, I'm very happy about.
We had printed a native SU box before, no? But I don't see where it is.
No, I don't see one.
We printed an 8 of CM.
Yeah.
Might have glitched. Nothing out here.
Did it put it on the rear cargo hold by any chance?
No, I just used that.
Did you hit the eject button? Or just the print button?
I didn't hit anything. I don't know who did what.
I think
I'll head back up and see.
Oh, you think it might have printed it but not spit it out?
It could be a glitch. New ship.
Yeah, new ship.
As if that makes a difference.
Eject, and it's not ejected. Yeah, okay. It's. You can see it on the right side here.
Yeah, it looks like it's just 8 SCUs preparing to eject. Eject, brother. Might be glitched, dude.
Because for me, it just says filler station ejecting. That's it.
Yeah.
Whereas on the front turret, it says filler station ready, which is interesting.
There we go. I got the left side to eject.
Yeah, if you press on the.
I just had to go over to the other kiosk thing.
Yeah, because I think we just hit 8 SCU of RMC also.
So I don't see anything on the grid.
Nope, still nothing.
Oh, something coming up? No.
Let me check the issue counts. See if anybody's put something.
Whoa!
Is it invisible boxes?
No, because they're both stuck on preparing to eject now.
404 salvage. Okay, that's not conductive.
Yeah,
You can
there's
try
an
going
issue
to
council.
refinery.
There's an issue council open for it.
Ah. Let's go
I
ahead and
will
contribute to that one.
Patch
I'll
gotta
put
go.
the link in the Discord.
Alright, well, in the meantime, I'll go grab more components, I guess.
My Moth should have some D-grade militaries in it.
Cool.
I didn't do A grades. I didn't think it really needed it. Oh, hold on. If you get up in here, I see they had the door where it's supposed to come out of is open. So I wonder if I can get in there. You can see the box.
Can you kick it?
That's what I'm trying to do, but as soon as your head gets near it, I'm now yo-yoing up and down from weird gravity.
The issue council says you can manually pull them out. As the workaround.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can.
They want me to do manual labor?
Yeah.
I know, it's so overrated. Just be careful, because if you get too close, you go into like a weird gravity well.
Yeah, and like shoots you down.
Yeah.
Getting them shields, buddy.
So I can see it, but there's like this thing. It's almost like there's still part of the door is here. I can see the box, but I can't tractor beam it.
Mm-hmm. It's just not ejected.
Oh yeah, and if you come look underneath, it's like you can see like a transparent door is still closed over it because there's a couple lines.
You can put the components on here though. If you want to do all your component salvage out here, you don't even have to bring it inside.
I wonder if you hit open all doors from inside would open whatever this is covering it.
Maybe.
Dang, these shields just keep disappearing from underneath me.
I grabbed one of them.
Oh.
I threw it inside.
Yeah, there's an external cargo grid there. You could use it for boxes or for components. Or for, like, I don't know, a space cow.
You gonna start keeping quasi grazers on your moth?
I need eggs on the go, bro.
Scrambled quasi grazer eggs.
Yeah, there's definitely a bug right now. If you get near any of the elevators, EVA also, you start getting pulled in random directions by gravity.
It starts to become a full job to salvage a ship like this. Like before, it used to just be you'd come here, you'd scrape the hull, and even before we got the actual fracturing and destruction of ships, you'd just scrape the hull and leave. Now you can scrape the hull, you fracture it, you take in all the pieces, you go on board, you get the components, take the weapons off. It's like actually a full job now. You don't have to be like, oh, we need 5 ships to go out and do a salvaging run.
Uh-oh, they didn't fix this bug with the mold.
Do we get a box out now?
I heard something
We got the
happening.
boxes out. You know what I did? I just cycled all doors off and on.
Boxes are out.
So it must be an issue with the door not opening then.
Might be, huh?
When you hit eject, the door probably doesn't open.
Ooh, other side of the ship could use a lot of scraping. I can't turn it around though.
I hate to beg, but any of you have a spare snack? I got like the normal water and I don't have any food stuff on me.
I might need someone to come knock me out.
Ooh, I can help with that. Where'd you get stuck, Alistair? Oh.
Up in the cockpit.
You're like flying, but inside the cockpit. Okay.
Plenty of components, not bad.
Oh no. I hate the positioning of the stairs going down to the center scraper. You turn around?
Don't get stuck also.
Anybody want to fracture this? Oh, you got to go around to the other side to scrape the rest of the Hermes.
Oh, I've maybe fallen through the ship. I can't tell.
No.
What do you have with PDCs to defend
Thank
against
you.
stealth warps?
I love how the lab.
You used to listen to a podcast while going to sleep. Your voice is so soft I fall asleep in a few minutes. Hey man, I'm happy to help. Honestly, I know the pain of not being able to sleep quickly, so if I can bring faster sleep, I'm gonna take that as a your voice is nice compliment instead of your content's boring compliment. No, I know what you mean. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Glad to help. Let's grab these componentes. Now we can see actually if they did improve the egress here to get components off of these ships. This one's obviously not doing well, so it shouldn't mind me robbing it of... Oh, that's too big. I don't think I can pick that up.
And the funny thing is that the box that ejected is now clipping through the component that we're going to put on the side grid.
The components on this thing.
So on this, is it too wide on the 8s? Does it come out 2 boxes deep?
Yeah, it's too big. Size 3.
What? Why? Oh, I see what you mean. I think it's just.
No, it's only one 8SC wide coming out.
Is it? No, it's 2. Look, I just snapped it.
Is it 2? Did you get... Oh, you did get the snap.
So you got 12 on each side.
Okay, this is not incredibly easy. It's like the width of the doorway, basically. And then now I have to turn it somehow and get it. Well, don't get on the ladder, bro.
Generators look like moon boxes.
Yes. The military ones, yeah.
You got it? Cool. So it fits down there, it just ain't the easiest process. Alright, bringing you guys back a quantum drive. Hey Colt, thank you for gifting out that sub to Larv. Welcome to the sub club, Larv. If you ever want to come into the podcast and check it out live, you can now do that as a sub on Twitch.
Oh, yeah. Copilot C gets control by accident.
Whoa. Let me know when you're done moving the Moth. No. Let me know when you're done moving the Moth.
I'm in the optimal position now. I'm done.
Alright.
Okay. But see, already like the Hermes, the way that it breaks up, or it doesn't break up, it's too big for the Moth. Like, the hole gives ADSU now. Already got a full buffer.
Yeah, and that's where not being able to eject that that partial RMC load kind of is unfortunate.
Well, it wouldn't have mattered because it would have been like 2.5 times the size of the buffer. So that's where you would want something like a reclaimer for certain size ships, because you're just wasting too much.
So this kind of ship would not be good for something like a Hermes?
I didn't catch that. Right.
I said, did you're saying this ship is not equipped to handle a Hermes?
Right, like it can scrape off of it, but if it gets into munching, the Hermes is like 2.5 times the size of the buffer. So you lose a lot of materials.
So what if you scrape and then exfil all the stuff you scraped off? Is there still enough space on the Moth to take in the entire chassis of the Moth? Or the Hermes?
That's what I mean. It's, so just that like major chunk, because it didn't really break off, right? You just had like one engine that flew off.
Yeah.
That major chunk of the body of the Hermes is like 80 SCU, and you have only room for 32. So even if you had a fully empty buffer, it's
because the buffer is smaller. I see.
It's really
so
just meant for medium ships and under.
Huh. That's an interesting restriction.
Like
the buffer size, as opposed to the SCU size. But I mean, you're getting a ton of value from the components, and RMC is the most valuable part. So the pieces aren't that much to lose. Good to know, though. Very good information.
Alistair, do you have a cruise by chance?
I do.
Oh, I have some.
We have enough space to then crunch up the other Moth, right?
There it is on the floor.
Thank you.
Cruise
So
dark.
the color of my armor.
It's like once you did you guys cycle the doors again, or did you just hit eject and it spat it out?
We just hit eject this time because all the doors are now held open.
Oh, okay, they're left open.
Yeah, because we haven't cycled the doors closed again.
Actually, you know what? I think that was a good showcase of the Moth. I think we got a good solid salvage run out of this. How much actual salvage did we get from the Hermes overall, like SCU wise, right now?
Still in the buffer is 7.05 of construction, 0.94 of RMC, so then plus whatever's on the grid outside.
Yeah, not much on the grid outside. We've only filled 5 8 SCU boxes so far. So we've got...
I think one of those is RMC and the rest are CM.
So we got 8 on this side still. 8, 9 on this side. So 17 more SCU on the grid here. Or boxes on the grid. Pretty solid amount. I mean, even if the buffer is blocking you from taking in all of the stuff you get from a Hermes, you can still salvage a lot of ships. You'll just lose some of that off the top.
Oh, and you can still use the trick of printing fuses and canisters to empty out your buffer as much as you can. You just won't get it all the way empty.
And if you have a cargo ship coming along with you, then you can partially empty the buffer as you need and have them just take the boxes, right? No, you still can't just take in more than the buffer.
When you craft fuses, where are these going to pop out? Because normally they pop out where the boxes do.
I'm trying one just now because I need a... Oh, there we go. On the side, you see?
Oh, it's got its own little dispenser. That's kind of cool.
Little crafting station. So they are going to keep putting crafting on these ships too. That's interesting. You don't need a fabricator for it. It's like it's built into the salvager.
Yeah, it looks like it's pretty limited. It's like salvage canisters, which that makes sense. You can make those, and like fuses.
And tractor beam is nice. And a multi-tool. Like, this is a solid amount of stuff you can basically already craft in the game.
Yeah, it's interesting the multi-tool's still in there, because originally they said they were going to do that temporarily and then remove that once people got used to having to do physical cargo handling, but then it's just stayed around.
So, a first look at the Moth. What can I say? It's a mole that's more attracted to light. I don't think, I think this is a good ship. I think this is a good ship just straight from a function standpoint. Having 4 people be able to get onto a ship and everybody has something to do it almost every time. In addition, you also have engineering that you can get into. You have cargo management and moving around. You are going to have to get components. At some point, we'll have fuel siphoning. And of course, if you're really into it, combat. Because why not? Judge is still out. Judge and jury are still out on this ship as to whether or not it's like a good one to pick up versus other ships. But I think this is a good addition to the game, again, from a function standpoint. As a variant of the mole, don't know. But from the standpoint that like we need more medium-sized industrial ships like this, happy to see more of them. Until next time. Love how these guys are just like just nonsense in the background. What are y'all up to back? What you doing over here?
We're getting ready for Fortnite.
Oh yeah.
Fortnite dance.
Getting ready for it, huh? Hey, any of you have No Man's Sky?
You not.
I don't think I have it downloaded.
Tempted. I might just go and jump into the game tomorrow. We could try a little bit more salvage out with this. Chat, what do you say? What are you interested in? You want to see the new update, No Man's Sky, or you want to see more of this? Did I ever go over the new industrial missions? Did they add them?
Yeah.
Are they into
Yeah, they're in now, aren't they?
Yeah. Ah, hand mining. Sheesh. Yeah, they put the ground hand mining in. That's really tempted to go. Yeah, I think I might actually try this one out. Want to fly over to the space station real quick? We can land and figure out what we're doing next. I will be right back, my folks.
I do have a mining attachment on me. I found out the other day they added Janolite into the Hathor mine.
Oh no, this ship's unusable.
What?
You can't sit on the toilet.
You can open it and close it, but you can't sit on it.
Yep. Open and close, but you can't sit on it.
Damn. You gotta put an out of order sign on it.
Completely unplayable. Also, for some reason, Argo lets you have the shower head deployed while the toilet's out. That doesn't seem like a great idea. I mean, I guess miners have to multitask.
I thought about it, and I decided we're going to stay in the game. I want to check out these mining missions. Industrial missions are very exciting. But listen, the No Man's Sky drops will start tomorrow, so I will do an extra stream day tomorrow for at least a little bit just to check out the update with you guys. For today, I won't. We'll stick to Star Citizen for now. So let's get back to the station and get prepped for one of these missions. And I'll let the boys know. Alright guys, so I want to do these FPS mining missions. So we're going to head back to the station real quick here. And we'll grab a ship and we can all run it together, I guess. I don't think there's any reason not to. I mean, if you want to. You don't have to come with us.
I'll go. I have a mining attachment on me, so...
I'm sure I can grab one at the station.
Interesting that these salvage missions aren't really telling you what you actually have to get. They just say... get materials and deliver them.
Yeah, it's like a multi-part thing. Like you go, you scrape the ship, and then once you're done, it gives you the next part, which is like go drop off 1 RMC of blah blah blah. Somewhere.
I see. Well, it looks like for this mission we're going to be heading back over to Hurston. Oh, do I need to get us a pad? So, and I can't share it, so you guys will just have to come with me.
I'm going to be handling your contracts from here on out. I've got a good feeling about you. We stick together and I think
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Oh.
Just wanted to touch base and establish that solid working relationship foundation. Contract should have all the detail.
Are you landing at Chester first?
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to land here. We got a new mission giver from Shuben. When I accepted the mission, I heard him. I'm set to just chatting on Twitch. Oh my god. I changed that. Oh, I guess the Stream Elements changed it back. Thank you. That is completely wrong. And actually extremely annoying. Saddest wizard, you are a savior. Thank you very much. Nice, bro. Dang, dude. You can really freaking slang these things across the room.
I like how all the jump drives are still stuck on top of the quantum drives.
Sounds like an airplane, like we're next to a jetliner.
Oh, and it gives you
done really well on this.
It gives you construction pieces.
Yup. It's a new type of material in the game.
I wonder what the refine time on that is.
I think they said it was like the in-between of the two.
Alright. Time to switch up our industrial gang.
I'm gonna drop off here. Thanks for allowing us to try this out with you.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for joining. Is there a way to take those boxes into storage and convert them into 32s? Not yet. Supposed to be able to put boxes in boxes. Yeah, it organizes the boxes itself. Wait, I don't have to go all the way. Sorry, I don't know where I'm going. Just got to get a different ship.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Anybody have something fast here? Alistair Grimm.
I can call, like... I can call something in, probably.
God, I don't know what travels quickly. I really need to get... I just don't have anything here. Alright.
My Hermes is quick because of the quantum drive. I can just reclaim it really quick.
To the following location.
2 minutes.
Vehicle, please visit us again.
Okay, yeah, sure. We can get our equipment while you're doing that. You had a lot of fun in the game this week when it was playing good? Has it been playing better for you than normal, Spaceman?
Alright, have fun.
See you later, Mihai. Thanks for joining us, dude. Do they even have multi-tool stuff here? They
I was
don't.
just able to
Like
get
cargo.
I was just able to get one down the refinery deck also.
Oh yeah. that
Or
makes
yeah,
sense.
refinery. Depends if they have cargo or refinery.
Oh, I have a mining attachment. Look at me. And a backpack. Wait, I'm good. When are we gonna get a real mining tool for FPS gameplay?
Yeah, we're kind of. It's the one that we don't have a dedicated version of yet.
Yeah.
Although you could almost argue that the Geo is that tool.
Geo's too hard for me to carry around under my arm.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Zero Death, what's up? How you doing? When cutting tool? Yeah, they showed the cutting tool such a long time ago. The Moth can craft. Indeed. Yes, it can. Doing the Alliance aid missions, you never played with anyone in game before, since you just came back since 2018. A lot of friendly folks. Definitely gave a good ability to jump in with other players. I hope it showed people that, like, most Star Citizen players want to play with other Star Citizen players. The majority of us are not interested in killing each other. You can solo them all without standing up all 224 SCU. Yeah, like they'll auto eject onto your grid.
ship's here.
So crew adds what exactly? More hands? More ability to do things? You can man more lasers at a time. You can pick up boxes and get components while people are doing other stuff. What do you call authoritarian captain of a salvage ship?
Yeah.
Grand Moth Tarkin. Dude, what all these freaking Star Wars jokes. Killing me, Smalls.
Although I'm still holding out hope for a CNOU medium cargo ship.
Oh shit, wait, I have to fly.
You just needs another ship.
You auto eject whenever you see a new update.
I want like a mini Pioneer that
Yeah, more crew for faster salvage. Mon Mothma. Somebody said a salvage ship, a rebellious salvage ship is called Mon Mothma.
Welcome to Roberts Space Industries. Please proceed to assigned landing bay. System check.
Probably after they do ship refinery.
Any reason a solo player would keep the Vulture instead of the Moth? Vulture's going to be a smaller signature. It's going to be able to fit in smaller places. It's less of a hassle to get on board and like work around. If you don't need a medium-sized ship, then what do you mean a medium-sized bay, bro? Let me out. I think you're going to have to call for the doors. Vulture's also going to be a lot cheaper. Well, booted us.
It did. I can call it back in.
Yeah, you should probably fly it out. Oh, we've missed the chair, Mooser said. Wait, is that how old YouTube chat is? That I can still see back when I went to the bathroom.
Hangar doors open.
Whoa! Ow! My head. The hustle with moving one SU boxes from the refinery station. Well, that's the sad part of being a newbie.
no, I'm no longer in the ship.
Oh.
Oh yeah, reposition
What?
dust.
What happened?
The ship. Yeah.
What happened?
You guys keep going. I'll hop out. It kicked me back to the station lobby.
What the hell? Even though we were already outside?
Yeah, they kicked me to the station lobby, repositioning player.
Man.
But you guys go do that. I'm going to take the quick travel back to Levski.
All right.
And I'll catch up with you guys later.
All right, man. No problem. Have a good one.
You too.
I need to drink water. Good sir. You can't overwater a tomato. Do you know what happens? They get mushy, sick, gross. Have you ever had watery salsa? It's disgusting. So anybody still flying the Hermes? Is this ship still of any interest to anybody, or is it kind of old news at this point? It's kind of gathering dust, you know? I don't even remember when this thing came out. Jesus. It's a shame, too. This thing was pretty good when it first came out. Even though the hype was high, I think it did pretty well. But it's just faded over time. What size 2s made sense for the raft? None of them. Why do these ships have guns? You don't have the Hermes, but you still want one once they are in-game? To be honest, same. What's the cargo capacity on the Hermes? I think it's 288 SCU. Yeah, it came out a few days ago. Like earlier. It came out in January. That's like a whole month ago, dude. January is holding us back. It's disgusting. Met my character. My character needs some water. I like to see him suffer a little bit. Keeps him on his toes. Toes. Hey, those of you who mentioned the podcast today. Woo. Anybody you want to see on the show? Any new guests you'd like to see swing on by to have a chitter chatter about the game? Alright, I think we're heading to Ida? Hello, Gold Vanguard. How are you doing? I am good. I am good, friend. The guy who builds rockets in his garage and makes YouTube videos about it. That guy's pretty impressive. You got some fetish with them toes stuff. Honestly, I think I fetishize making people a little bit uncomfortable with it. AVTV. Detox. Loken Plays, Trispone. Oh, shoot. I forgot I asked you guys about podcast guests. I thought you just started naming names of people. It's like, what? Active in the verse? Yeah, I've got him on the list. Detox, we've been trying to get a show on. He's really hard to get a hold of. But we've been trying to. Expect to see him on soon. Trispone, he's definitely on the lineup to come on again sometime soon. Loken would be a good call. I don't think I've gotten a one-on-one with Loken. Also a busy dude. Let me guess, you got shot and blown up today? I have not gotten shot or blown up today. Looks like they've got us going to an outpost.
What do we need from the outpost?
Yeah, I don't know. All right,
We have to find a cave nearby.
Maybe. I don't know.
That's what your... have your stream open.
Oh,
your mission
locate a nearby
update to
cave.
find nearby.
Okay, so I guess we could just fly around. I should interview Henry Cavill. You know what? That's good advice. Let me do that one. Okay, so we are looking for a nearby cave. Well, if I know this outpost correctly, and I think I recognize this place, I think there's a cave pretty dang close. Not great that we have to do this at night.
Yeah, this ship doesn't have a lamp.
Yeah, that's rather unfortunate. Okay, it's telling us to deliver the Delavine like we already are supposed to, even though we didn't find a cave, so I'm guessing we found a cave on the scan somewhere. They're just not popping up.
Kind of weird that it used to just direct you to a cave.
Yeah,
for cave
but
missions instead of find one.
it's almost exploration gameplay, right? Like
I mean, we're exploring a surface.
Yeah, it's guided exploration, but it's still at least getting you to look for, like, the fact that we can even scan to find a cave. Well, maybe we can't here. The fact they expect us to is a new step for the game, at least. But I don't know if we're going to be able to. There's some Delavine down there. If it's a hand mineable, we could at least take that. Not like we have to go to the cave.
Yeah, we can try that. See if it's small enough to hand mine.
Setting down.
Landing gear deployed. Landing complete.
Can't tell if those are rock or hand minables, but they're right outside the back door.
We just need FPS scanning.
If only there was a feature that lets you see in the dark.
Oh, these are hand minables.
Perfect. Alright, cool. Let's... Whoa! Ow, dude.
What happened?
I just went flying. Alright, so this is basically a mission that tells you to go out and find something wherever you can. Like, it's not exactly a hold your hand kind of thing, which I like. I think this is a really good introduction to the gameplay.
Does it say how much you need to mine?
Yeah, we need 20 Dolivine. 5 Hadanite and 15 Aphorite. Get in my belly. It's also counting how much we turn in back there, not necessarily how many we pick up, so you could make multiple runs. You could probably send somebody else to... Well, I guess you could have somebody mine it, and then they turn it into you, and you turn it in.
This would be a good rock mission. Or even just getting like a cyclone throwing in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Just...
We're flying the Hermes right now, guys. Oh, I only have to collect and deliver one of the following. Good call. Yeah, so the Aphorite, the Dolivine, or the Hadanite. Not all 3 of them.
Oh, okay. Makes it easier.
Very simplified.
I have 14 of them. So.
Then we have enough already. Yeah, you could just collect more now that you're here. I mean, why not? There's a ton of mining stuff. You could be here for a while. Can't believe I just popped this rock without looking. I didn't even mean to do that.
At least it didn't blow up.
Yeah. Of all the rocks just like fly into your face when you track to them back. They just smack you, dude.
They
Pebbles
do.
to the face. Hell yeah.
I'm surprised they even incorporated that for the multi-tool.
Bruh! Let's go! Citizen Spooner! Get the spoon crew in here. Oh, shoot. Let's not pop a rock first. Hold on. Wait for it. Don't stop. Come on. Yeah. We're still going strong. The people are still here. Cheer them on, dude. Hell yeah. Hey, bro. Thank you for the raid. Thanks, everybody, for coming in. Sorry for all the noise. I promise it's not usually that loud here. We're doing some chill mining, and I thought I'd freak everybody out by bringing up the energy for the new squad dropping in. How you doing, dude? You missed your raid as you logged off the other day. Yeah, I think it was 2 days ago. I raided you right as you went offline. Because I raided and then I popped into your channel and you were gone. And I was like, that's not how it works. Appreciate you returning the favor though, dude. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you've been having a lovely day with the spoon. We've been testing out the new salvaging ship today, the Moth. But also we are now trying out the new mining missions they just brought in, and they're pretty interesting. It's like a pretty solid beginner-focused mission. It's going to pay us 27k. All you have to do is fly out, scan and find a cave. You can use the cave if you want. We didn't. We just found a patch of some minables out here on the planet's surface. Then you can come out here, collect a little bit, turn it in, and we're going to see what kind of missions that unlocks for us, how this progresses. So if you want to stick around and see how industrial gameplay is finding its way in Star Citizen, hang out for a bit. Chat a little. If we reach our goal on YouTube today, we'll start a giveaway. Man, we've been needing a giveaway for a little while. We got this. Yeah, the Moth's very slow at salvaging, but it sounds like it's glitched. There is an issue council report on it. I'm sure they'll have that fixed pretty quickly. Tomato does a Star Wars joke of his own. Wait, did I manage to do a Star Wars joke? Seagulls. Stop it now. What's up, scum? Squibdilly? Squidbilly? Squibbly? Squabbalabalaba. Pop. It's like a piñata, dude. Can't wait for all this stuff to be used for crafting of some kind. Making lenses or something, I guess. Yeah, dude, I'm great at names. Serious question, given we're close to getting the inventory and crafting, how fast do you think we'll get Social V2? Dude, I think we could see part of Social V2 in 4.7 if we're lucky. I don't think we'll see an addition any later than 4.8 in May. Squibbly. Raft does look basic compared to the Moth. Then again, most of Argo's ships are not hot. Well, considering the Moth can haul cargo, I do wonder if there's going to be some benefits the Raft has over the Moth. I guess the tractor beam is one. There's probably some others. Hey, you want to turn in what we have so far and see if there's a better mission afterwards?
Yeah, sounds good.
We freaking... How much do you have?
Maybe... I have 62 of them.
Yeah, I think we're good. I like it. It feels almost like getting a mission from the outpost. I think the next step should probably just be that you can go to a mining outpost and receive these missions there at on a physical board instead of getting it from across the star system.
Yeah, it would make mining outposts a little bit more traffic heavy.
Yeah, make it make sense. Give them a reason. Now you have to drop them one at a time on the elevator? No, that sounds terrible. Can I put them all in a box?
Just transfer them from your inventory to the inventory manager, and then pull them all up on the elevator, and then put them back down.
Yeah. Whoops. Big guy's a little wider than I thought. It's a big ship. Thanks for not making clickbait YouTube videos. Love the content, love the stream. Guess I'm not clickbaiting hard enough, dude. Gotta go harder. No, I'm glad you like the videos. Somebody actually came onto one of the videos recently and they were like, not a fan of these clickbait thumbnails. And I don't think they understood what like clickbait was. Because the thumbnail is basically what the video was about. Ouch! It was just, you know, hyperbolic, if you will. Where do you look to see what was included in today's patch? Did they put out patch notes? Do you know? Did you see any, Grim? It's technically not a patch, so I don't...
So keep in mind, I still, like...
Sorry.
I don't
There were
actually...
some notes.
Yeah? Okay. Are they
it
on
was just
Spectrum?
like the industrial stuff, that's all it was. There wasn't any like bug fixes.
Is there an inventory kiosk at these updates? At these outposts? I actually don't think there is. Do it. God. Backflop. Picture of an ironclad? Yes. That'll do it. No, I think it was... God, I can't remember. Something in January. I think a lot of people will call things clickbait if it's like... if the topic of the video isn't the main focus the whole time. So like a lot of times when you write a video, you write it in a way that's not just about delivering information. Like you're doing it because it's fun, right? You're producing a thing that has value to you. The process of making it has value to you. So, you know, you have a little fun with it. Then you make a thumbnail that matches the sort of hook of the video. And if you take 5 minutes to get to the hook, then people will say, well, that's clickbait because it's not actually about like the thumbnail itself. The thumbnail's just part of it. But that's just kind of a misunderstanding of how videos work. It's not like the movie poster is going to have every bit of the movie that you go to see on there. I'm not even counting this. Hey, James, hope you're having a good day too, dude. Thanks for bringing in the good energy. I think I had 36 or so I'll just get to the point where I only have 15 left in my inventory. And now we just snap these to the grid. What a ridiculous way to turn in minerals. I changed my mind about olives. Hey, but maybe I did change my mind about olives, you know? Maybe I decided they're even worse than I thought. Okay. What? Haha! Mission complete, baby. If you put the rocks in a container, will it still work? Yeah, probably. I just don't have a box with me.
For a job well done. Payment should be sent. Give a holler if it isn't. Okay?
Give a holler. Give a holler if it isn't. Thank you. I will give a holler. In fact, I'm gonna give a holler just because I want to do that again. All right, so we still got the small purchases, hand mine materials. Now they're asking us for 80 aphrite, $100 vine, or 25 hadonite turned in at Ida, or the same turned in at Magda. Interesting. The one at Magda is actually going to give us more for some reason. We're going to need a box. You can't turn it in like this. You gotta. This is gonna have to be. You get an SCU cargo box and run around doing these. Probably 1/8 SCU cargo boxes. You get like 5 of them and then come out here to do several missions at a time. Dude, I kind of like this mission. This is not gonna lie. This might be my new suggestion for newcomers. The only thing that I would like to see them change is that you get the missions from a physical location at the outposts. So that we start to have like a sense of understanding that if you want to get mining missions, then you go find mining locations. What's my rep now? What's my rep? We're neutral. Focused on mining. Interesting. I thought Shubin was also focused on cargo. Mainly mining. Okay. Ooh, seems like the Rocker Atlas Geo quest might be faster. Yeah, I think bringing a Rocker Atlas Geo with this. And then you could probably just send the Atlas Geo down on the freight elevator to turn it in. I like this, dude. I think this is going to be what I do for the entirety of our Friday update. I just want to progress through these and see what they give us as we become more competent miners. But this has been good, guys. A solid amount of testing today. Glad we got to check out the new ship and these new missions. I will definitely be pursuing these more thoroughly over the next week, alongside my continued obsession with the player trading market. We'll get back to that next week, but for now, I'm enjoying these industrial missions. So we'll try this out again on Friday and maybe Saturday if there's time, but I think we're going to have some training to do on Saturday for a little thing we're doing in the org. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate you all for being such lovely individuals. This chat is always the best time. Thanks for sticking around when we do gameplay. Want to keep getting more and more into it and showing you guys what I actually like doing in the game and prove that I can actually play. Huh. I'm going to pass you all over to another lovely Star Citizen streamer, my man Pissport Pete, or if you will, my dog, Pissport Pete. The only dog I know that streams Star Citizen. He's a lovely guy. He deserves your attention and your good vibes. So go in there, drop some love, tell him hello, tell him who sent you, make sure he knows it's a Toes raid, and I'll see you guys all on Friday. Have a lovely day for yourselves. Do all the things you love. Check out the main channel because I just released a new video about bounty hunting over there. It's an interesting one, I think. I mean, I'm biased, so who cares? Take care of yourselves, though. Eat something you love, do something you love, give someone a hug. Have a good day. Much love to you. I'll see you in the next one, folks.